All right, so I know you guys are aware that our air quality was at an all-time ever in history, very extremely unhealthy. That could lead to pre-existing conditions in your medical history that can activate disease and cause you to die. On my daily activities, I'm coming across individuals talking about they've had strokes, they've had heart attacks, um, they got cancer recently, diagnosed with cancer. All of these diseases that they're talking about because of their air quality. All it takes is everybody following the rules, by law, mandatory healthcare guidelines. Every single business established and presented to the world has to follow mandatory healthcare guidelines by law, increasing wages, mandatory, that never stops, every 3 months. The healthiest way to go about it, every staff manager, every staff, every pay period, all the employees, $10, $20 every employee for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. And you don't know what to do with your employees? Well, yes, you do now. You're going to keep on leading, teaching new life, cleaning, building. You're going to work with these contractors and you're going to build. We are all in healthcare. Everybody accepted. Everyone presenting themselves to you, you put that good use. Create event plannings to travel internationally. New languages to learn that we pass down. Farms that we can go to and partnerships. Come in retail, same. Opportunities everywhere. All of our law officials building side by side with the detainees. It builds trust, it builds understanding, it builds great equity. Away from all those bad examples that they had on their alone time. We build for the detainees. They want to keep living in that big home. They keep on building with us side by side for the rest of us and for the rest of the community. And then we can go, to our neighbor countries and build for them too. We have no time to be initiating war. We have no time ever for war, ever in life. It should never be. You're just going to die and you've already been warned. Follow the rules like everybody else in the world. Enjoy your friendships. Establish good relationships through teamwork. Build, architect, care for the animals. There's things to worry about like poisonous animals, poisonous plants. People get disease because these animals' surroundings are not healthy. So it toxifies the animal's bloodstream. And what do we eat every day? We need to eat every day. We eat animals. And we, our harvest. I already know knowledge needs to be passed down. It is not a game. All police need to go to every single business and make sure every business is following mandatory healthcare guidelines by law, which ensures public safety, that every 3 months, every employee is getting that healthy raise. If they're unaware of it, well, hey, you need to always remind them. Every employee, $10, $20, every pay period for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. We do not want sick people handling our food. We do not want anybody sick crossing paths with our loved ones and families and becoming a health risk for everybody. Nobody in the world should be lacking to afford a healthy living standard. Helping hands in manpower, military, CIA, FBI, police, military, border patrol, all building, all accumulating the daily activities as a day-to-day employee. No more assumptions, no more pointless investigations, no more pointless arrests. People obviously listen, always have. Now it comes down to understanding that you have to properly lead. Everything old made brand new. Go get a home line of equity, public funding, meet with your contractors, engineers. They have to teach constantly. Teach languages constantly. That's where the Border Patrol comes in. Great relationships, internationally based, with military, law officials, government. Providing opportunities, make sure they're documented for healthcare. They can get the proper healthcare they need, and they start building, harvesting with us, understanding the same importance of keeping our consumptions safe and equally knowledgeable, and to teach languages. Great relationships is disease control. Following the rules that we all have to follow together to ensure everybody has their privacy and great life and peaceful life. And limitless possibilities to the next planet and the next planet, where you gotta understand that there's a balance to always abide by. We're all building, architecting, making new clothes. Every old vehicle gets turned in, it gets melted for remodels, molding of remodels of brand new models. Everybody gets a brand new car, makes every old home brand new, a brand new home, every old road made brand new, landscaping constantly, sweeping, cleaning every single day, because life moves fast. Business everywhere around the world moves fast. And there's a humongous ocean. All the military and government officials in the whole world, internationally, are not even like a speck of how humongous the ocean is. We need everybody on the same page in healthy habits. That's why we implement PT, physical training, accumulate nice, kind gestures, accordance, all according, making sure, hey, we always approach everything in front of us with kind respect and make sure they get the health care that they need under great living standards, and make sure we value every single one as ourselves, because their health is a reflection of your health. Our animals' health is a reflection of our overall health. We are remaining extremely, extremely constant. Air quality becoming very unhealthy is no joke. People obtaining these diseases when it could be extinct completely is no joke. You just need to follow the rules. Do you want a heart attack for no reason? Do you want to be gasping for breath when you have plans and family to feed? You don't. I know you don't. Then listen. By law, mandatory healthcare guidelines. We need your teamwork. We don't need you quitting and then going off for a big buck. You're still going to suffer the repercussions because that labor needs to be done. We need teamwork. We need you to, continue that healthy communication. Everybody loves clean water. You can't get careless on that. Everybody needs to know the obstacles through experience that we faced as farmers, as, payroll. The funds are already released. Mr. Roman from the Bible. Use the equity from the Bible and all of everybody's, equal efforts. So all the funds of everybody's hard work is already laid out in the foundation. Now you need to follow the rules like everybody else. Everybody. $10, $20 every pay period for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. It's never going to stop. And we all accumulate building tasks, caring for the animals and their surroundings and all of our surroundings. Everything spotless. And we continue to leave it in the foundation. We do not want our vacation spots to be rotten. But there's things that we have to follow in order to make it a very fruitful, enjoyable life. And it's through these obstacles that we face together in teamwork strategies that creates the bestest relationships and mutual understanding. And that's why we can come back home at peace, knowing, hey, there's nothing to worry about. We come back home, our consumption's respected. There will never be war or crime ever again. Sickness will become extremely rare. Follow the rules. I'm seeing people already have half a life because people got careless and misdistributed the attention. Just build, 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 build. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Educate, educate, educate. Clean, clean, clean. Care for all of our consumptions. Legalize all drugs, healing plants, brews, foods and vegetables. Everything restricted. Age limit if needed with warnings. I want these warnings to be extremely horrific and gorifying, so they understand and are always reminded to stay on that right path. And of course, along with that good word comes, that right direction and happy, peaceful life and greatest outcomes to endless possibilities. And it needs to be passed down, the same importance to our new life that keeps on producing extremely rapidly. There is no room to entertain anything else. There is no room for patrolling. There's no room for any dude. People will call you. There's things that people go through that's out of their control. All we can do to effectively never see shit again is be constant on that good word religiously every single day. Many ways so you won't bore yourself. Many different ways to word it and to capture it on, media, internet. All policemen can, make horror movies, comedy, unity movies, drama, action, together with detainees, the public. Dude, your lives can be extremely fun. The right way too. And you give that opportunity, and now you're great builders together. Now you have the most extreme laughs and, Firefighters, building as well too. Government officials, everything with detainees and corrections, and you already know how to healthy increase those wages healthier. That never stops, and now you're gonna understand that, hey, you know, what do you think new life is gonna be coming up to? You need to start putting that great value into these opportunities that are presented to you all the time. Because people are getting old, they're going to pass. We do not want them to pass because we want them to live God's life. There's no such thing as population control. That means you don't walk with God. If you believe for a second that every single family, single person can't afford to live on acres, on a nice big castle, mansion, then you're wrong, because every single person can and will. And that's God. No more leaning on your own understanding. You do your part in leading a better example for a better tomorrow. And what you feel instantly, it's not your fears or anything, or your doubts, it's your knowledge, your wisdom and direction, so you won't waste your time. That's you trusting God. That's God taking control of every single step. Now you understand what you're feeling. No need to freak out amongst each other. Make sure everybody's under healthy living standards. That they have a nice big home. Don't waste your time on little homes, man. You're gonna build them a nice big home. You already know how to properly get funded. Contractors love it when you come to them and you're willing to learn. We have helping hands in manpower, military, great relationships worldwide, police, CIA, FBI, great relationships worldwide. And we have new life coming in very, very rapidly. We need to remain constant every single day. Reminders every single day. And that's how you take care of the unseen. And that's how you go to sleep at night, not even worrying about anything. Knowing that everybody's listening, because we already have tons of examples and reminders. Hey, you know what? We're blessed. We have, our great peaceful life and friends. The good word is very, very powerful. And remember all the time, God is good all the time. Tell yourself that. God is good all the time. God every turn. When I'm talking to him, I'm talking to God. When I'm talking to her, I'm talking to God. When I'm talking to the animals, I'm talking to God. Because that's exactly what it is. No games are being played. I'm Mr. Roman from the Bible. I predicted the pandemic in 2016 when God told me, and it actually happened in 2020. And we took care of it very effectively with all of our families worldwide. And it killed tons everywhere around the world, or nobody in the whole world would have been alive or breathing today. Approach with confidence as an individual, as officials, as an everyday citizen. Approach yourself with confidence and knowing that you're backed by the law, and mandatory healthcare guidelines by law need to be followed. Increasing mandatory wages every 3 months, every pay period, $10, $20, every employee for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. And you just do what it do. Spread the good word, customer service. Now you have room to be creative. You need everybody that comes to your business. Now you can branch out. Now you have a building team. Now you have farming team. Now you have, places that do food. I was working with, healthcare operations for JCPenney, right? And then we were making sure that everybody, had a nice sleep for their mattresses, making sure, they're healthy and cared for. And then we still partner with farmers. We partner with farmers, making sure all of our consumption is healthy and cared for. And we're working with police, CIA, FBI, military, border patrol, with the detainees and corrections. It's very, very important that when corrections are needed, they're implemented right when you have them in front of you. Put in better position, working side by side, building, harvesting, legalizing drugs, healing plants, brews, fruits and vegetables, so people won't be making things up out there that'll harm us. And usually they always do all of these things for a house, for food, to be clothed, a partner. So now no excuses for any crime, no excuses for people to go missing. You remain constant on that good word, constant education, constant reminders every single day. Very, very horrific results and outcomes that really happened in real life, and great outcomes. I need every outcome every single day, reminders every single day. Now when they're brought in better position to now they have all of these things equally, there'll be no more robberies, there'll be no more car thefts, there will be no more crime at all, or disease. Now we have everything organized, everything with caring proper hands, all understanding the importance of keeping our consumption exactly what it is, untampered. Work needs to be done in that right direction, the proper, healthiest way. It all comes from Earth. Enough is enough. We don't need people doing pointless investigations and then you become a fucking crime junkie. And then we heard some of you like create scandals and blackmail people all because they want a fucking great life, dude. Now no excuses. Now instead of being impressed by $1 trillion, now you know unlimited. Increase those wages healthy. Implement that teamwork and healthy communication. Become builders. Get with your contractors. We already know how to fund every single project. Survey it on a default land. These are very, very healthy, effective patterns. By law, you need to follow this. This is what guarantees us to a great, great life. All of the healthiest ways to go to the next planet and then the next planet and the next planet. We are not going to half-ass it here. Do you want to be gasping for breath when you don't have to? Because last time I checked and everybody else checked, we do it for life, everything. Not to be coming out the door, toxifying your own head and judging people off of impulse. Now where are you to lead? There shouldn't have been any homeless people or any people flipping burgers in a restaurant making not enough to afford a healthy living. How embarrassing. You're gonna listen. Because I'm the reason why everybody in the whole world is literally alive and breathing today. So we need all military, government officials everywhere in the world to build, to harvest, to follow the rules, to teach new languages amongst each other. We have no room for anybody to go into war. We have no, dude, you're just gonna die. You're gonna be taken out by your own. We have satellites everywhere. All of your trainings are being monitored, dude. There's a great life to have. Anybody doing that shit, they're fucked. You have great life. Happy. Be happy with your family and friends. We don't want anybody to become a healthcare risk for anybody else. You're obviously cared for. You matter. Build. Increase those wages. Care for your community, and they'll care for you. Landscape. Care for the animals and their surroundings. They need to eat every day like us. So there'll always be a demand in replanting their foods. They need a shower like us. Sea and land. Engineer jobs is a must. Everything created now, it's going to get old. It's going to become a healthcare risk. They need to be made brand new. It's very time consuming when you have to relearn what's already been taught. Right now we have people willing to constantly teach new life, knowing it's very, very important. We don't want no fucking clay homes and shit. Dude, you deserve a good, big mansion house, a luxurious house with clean, brand new streets, with landscapes and trees and grass and healing plants. You know, a nice smoke, a nice drink with a nice meal. The healthiest. With friendships, amusement parks everywhere in the world, in your public parks. Everyone in brand new vehicles. We have literally the helping hands and manpower and great relationships built over the years and generations to come. And great relationships all over the world. Now we use our manpower the very healthiest way. That's all it is, dude. Get to work. And God is literally, dude, if you're not listening, then, dude, then you're a bitch. Like, because, dude, like, God is literally telling you, dude, have some fucking confidence. Now you have all the confidence in the world to follow these mandatory by law, increase these wages, healthy that never stop. We need to building. We need all of these animals healthy. We need all of their surroundings healthy, because a poor environment toxifies the animals' bloodstreams, and that's what we eat, and that's why we see diseases. How many more times are you going to be rooting for your own death because you lack the confidence in taking the initiative of doing what's right? The only reason why you're even alive, everybody. Listen. I'm just letting you know constantly so you will never forget. It's always going to happen. Because when I was little, everything was always exactly how we structured it, and it always happens. Because nobody's messing around with your life. Everyone leaves you alone. Everyone, respects each other. And we know we're all equal, God every turn. No favoriting, God every turn. Right in front of you is God. I need to breathe, you need to breathe. You need to eat, I need to eat. You need to stay healthy so I can stay healthy. Just listen, dude. or you're pretty much dissing your whole family and supposedly the place that you want to protect and serve. If you don't listen, it gets reckless, and people get toxic just like you, and it spreads like wildfire for no reason. It's already being done either way. I just want you to, you know, as an individual, I want you to take that leadership and initiative for yourself, because there's something you have to offer everybody else in the world with your journey that you go through with God personally. Have confidence. It needs to be done either way. And every single day, the same task in the healthiest way. How many more people want to be, behind a computer making desk money? Well, they're going to die if people are not motivated and understand why everybody, is living in the first place. There's not going to be no medicines to practice on people, or a doctor position to have if everybody dies because they're lacking attention on caring for the animals and their surroundings. And then there's homeless people when there shouldn't. The thing is they didn't understand the right way. We got to this point where now we know how to do everything the healthiest way. And now money won't be an issue for nobody, but it takes you as a manager and your employees to always put that teamwork in. $10, $20 every employee for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. That'll never stop. And that's how you can remain healthy no matter how the economy fluctuates.